for Theo Vaughn's interview of the Suicide Boys, part 3. Everybody get their threes up. It is time. I have loved the first 2 parts. They have been so much fun to hear kind of where they've come from, where they are now, what their music's about, and who they are as people. But part 3 is going to be the wrap-up. This is the conclusion. Without further ado, let's get it.
Oh, it's Tom again.
Hey, there I am
Hey,
in double form right there. Threes up. Threes up. Let's go.
You did good, sir.
Yeah.
But I don't think the shortcut of like just giving it to you is going to work.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, yeah, and a lot of it's inspiration.
No, it won't. That's a good point too.
And a lot of it is even if
gotta hear
you're
this.
other artists, you're around each other, you inspire each other. You know,
Yeah.
like you're like, oh, I'm learning from this beat or this thing, or like, oh, this is cool, or wow, look what he brought in, and that's it's definitely like you guys' own. It's almost your own galaxy or something, or your own like
Universe.
solar system y'all have going on.
Yeah. Thank you. Bro.
Yeah, it's
He
interesting.
keeps going back to that. I think, honestly, Theo Vaughn doesn't have a whole lot of knowledge about the Suicide Boys. I think he knows Scrim pretty well. They've texted. Obviously, they've been in 12-step meetings together, and I think they've been friends. But I don't know that he has a whole lot of knowledge of like where they've come from in terms of the music and what it's like. But he keeps going back to this. It's y'all's own universe. It's your own kind of group. It's your own. It's kind of their thing, which is true.
Is that knowledge that they've been in 12-step together?
No. This, I didn't know Theo had ever been in 12-step, but Scrim's talked about it just because he's talked about
I know,
recovery.
but you said they've been
In
meetings together.
the part 1, I think it was, they had talked about,
I don't
yeah,
remember
we've been
that.
in the room together, and Theo said, it's inspiring for me to see you in the room. Like, and remember,
I don't remember
Scrim
that.
said, I heard you tell your story, and that was what helped me really get motivated when I was about a month into recovery.
I just thought that was him
No,
watching him on YouTube.
I think that was in part 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Rest
wrong.
man. What so yeah, what is going to be different about the new music? What do you feel like if you had to be specific about it?
Bro, I think Scott agrees with me. But sometimes when we make albums or projects and we don't really like, I don't know how to explain this. There's been projects that we put out that we thought were great and we wanted to do all these things for it. And like they were great projects and they did their thing and like they came and went. But there's been a couple where we didn't even think about it. And I don't know, I have this weird feeling that this album is going to be huge.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that to promote it or whatever. I'm not really one for self-promotion, but we both have this weird feeling like, it's like when we don't try is what I'm trying to say.
yes.
When we don't try, we make a fucking masterpiece.
Yes.
But when we're trying too hard, we make like some try hard shit.
Yes.
It doesn't sound as good.
Try hard shit. That's such a good term, man.
Yeah, that is good.
Because sometimes we'll work on a clip or something. It's like after we kicked it, you can just tell, like,
Don't
man,
force it.
Yes, we
Yeah.
just try to shine this to or get it, do something, and then we mess it up.
Well, I
You
think.
can't. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna. It gets like, we never wanted to be in a box. We said that from the beginning. We wanted to be able to make whatever we wanted to make at any time. But as you grow a fan base in this community,
You kind of get put in a box.
they have expectations. Luckily, I feel like a lot of them have grown with us. There's still some of those out there that still. Suicide Boys was better in 2015. We went to blah, blah, blah. You were better when you were on drugs, whatever. But to his point, this is my favorite album.
Same.
That I feel like I say that a lot, but like Kyle always says, he's like, dude, y'all just get better and better and better. I don't understand it either. I'm 35 years old. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I should be retiring soon, but I do think one thing that has helped. Suicide Boys sometimes can feel like a job.
Yeah.
Because there's deadlines, there's like, we got to get it done, there's expectations. I think one thing that has helped, like, release the valve a little bit and like let some of the pressure off. He's been doing Duck Boy, which is like his little, going back to his roots and doing his band stuff and experimenting and being able to be free. And same with me, I've been able to experiment with some sound solo-wise. And then when we do that, I feel like we feel refreshed, we feel loose.
Yeah.
And then when we come back to SB, you know what I'm saying? Like
We're actually excited.
Yeah, the pressure, like, I don't know. I don't know how to
Well,
explain
you can still
it.
feel like an individual, I think, because there's something
goes on and off.
I'm sure once you're in a group that part of the individuality, it's there, but it's it's partnered with something.
Yeah.
So to be able to develop yourself more and then bring it to anything is probably pretty cool.
Yeah.
And to still remind yourself that you can develop as an individual.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I bet that's interesting. Is there collabs and stuff on this?
No,
we never
not really big on collabs.
Right, you guys don't do a lot of it. So I was just wondering, is it something you guys ever think about, or do people reach out about it?
We were supposed to do something with Ski Mask recently,
That would have
but
been interesting.
the thing is,
Yeah.
dude, if you don't catch us when you catch us,
Yeah.
you're gonna be waiting another year,
Right.
Because we move quick, and if
No kidding.
if you pass it up, then like, bro, we can't rewind and go back. We have a lot of shit on our own
That is
plates
true.
that we have to get
Right.
done. So
That is
They seem super hardworking. Just a tour every year, and then they go to like Europe, Australia, whatever. They do an overseas tour. Every year, it seems like they've been doing this. An album every year? Like, how many groups honestly do that, Nick? How many artists put out an album every single year and do a tour every year?
Very few. There are
I'm-
very few artists that do
And I'm
every
talking,
single year.
their tour is 40-something dates. 40-something dates and like
Not days. It's different
Dates.
places, like different arenas. and-
3 different shows,
Yeah.
maybe 5, in 60 to 75 days, something like that.
Yeah.
August, September, October, basically in a
Intense.
3-month cycle.
And then
Oh my
like they
goodness.
used to do their solo stuff.
Then
and
they do
have
the
to-
solo stuff.
They haven't. I wonder if they're ever going to start touring their solo stuff.
No,
You don't think
I
so?
don't think so. I really don't think so, because I think
think
it's
so.
what they love to do on their own. I'm not kidding. I think they could have a really good show with the two of them doing Duck Boy, and like he was Lonely Boy last year with Scrim, but doing their solo stuff. I think they could have a really cool tour with the two of them doing that instead of Suicide Boys. Not instead of, but in addition
Isn't that
to.
what I just said?
Oh, I thought you meant just on their own. Like they're going to take off and do their own
no,
thing.
like I think they could each tour though. I don't know if they would be by themselves or with other people, but I think they could do
Yeah.
a tour with their solo stuff eventually.
The only thing with that is I think the Suicide Boys are so big. I don't know that they'd want to go do
Smaller shows.
something smaller. You know, would Tom Brady want to go play overseas in football somewhere where it's not the NFL and the Super Bowl? And, you know, I think it's just different. I think they do that more for their outlet. But I want it.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
I want to know personally how they feel about Suicide Boys and what their future is. Like he said, I should be retiring soon. I'm wondering what they feel about that.
And also, it's so strange that, like you said, I'm 35 and I should be retiring.
I know, 35.
In the music industry, it's crazy.
But really, what do they think? How long can they ride this? I know that there are probably people that don't want to just ride this into the ground and be 70 years old and performing Suicide Boys. You know, like some of these bands have been around for 40 years.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's-
they want to do that.
I don't know anybody in this age of
Yeah.
music that really is going to do that.
But don't they want to leave on a high, like at its peak,
Yeah.
instead of, oh, it's going downhill?
Yeah.
So it's hard to time that. And plus, you've got everybody to depend on you. All the people going on tour, all the people that work for you. Like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
the hardest part about
It's
collabs
kind of like how it happens.
is like getting it back in time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
getting it done. I think it's best whenever we do joint projects like we did with Germ, Shakewell, when we all get in a room together and we're able to just like pound it out for a week or two.
Yeah, we just lock ourselves in the room for a week and knock it out.
Yeah.
I love listening to Shakewell, dude.
Dude, Shake was
Yeah,
a very
he's awesome.
talented fucker.
And he's so entertaining, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What was I watching that?
He was in that movie.
With
you and
you.
him were in that
Yeah,
movie,
with you.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that yesterday.
Oh, we hung out together for like probably 2 weeks
Bro, that's
every
a
day.
solid fucking dude right there.
Yeah, he's
Shakewell.
awesome.
So nice. And just so like, I love how excited he gets when he like gets kind of some information. He's kind of telling you something.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
He gets that look in his eye.
yeah, it's cool. He's just such a warm guy.
Yeah.
And very talented.
So talented, man. I watched. They have that video. I think it's with Puya. It's like it's all shot in one.
Scrubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in a
The gas station.
or something.
Yeah.
That was really Shakewell's like kind of coming out to the world right there. That was like his
Yeah, it's
debut.
old. It's old.
Which I've been
but
in Scrubs since day one.
the best. There's a comment on it too. It's like, imagine you just going in to pay for gas and you get stuck behind the two guys making a rap video.
That's funny.
But it was great, man. They did
When all
it.
you want is 20 on pump 4 and the dude's ahead of you making rabbit. With that credit
That's
card.
pretty good.
But yeah, man, when he gets those braids, he's got that Native American look in him a little bit. Because then he's part Mexican, isn't
It's
he?
half Mexican.
Yeah.
Fucking
He has
wild,
that
bro.
it factor to him. You know what I'm like? You can have all the talent in the world, but it's just, you got to have that it factor.
With Shake,
dude.
you can tell it just comes naturally to him.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Shake had a background in the hardcore world, playing bass in that band Betrayal and shit, that like metal, rock, hardcore shit. So he had experience in music and playing shows. And I met him, we both met him when we went to LA for the very first time. We go to Fat Nick and Krez's crib. There's like, within, I don't know, a couple hours, it's a party all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, and in
Man.
LA, I think it just kind of happens. Like, there's no like,
I don't know what
plans.
happened to that party.
So we must have met 30 fucking people that night. I don't remember a single one of them until Shakewell was one that was consistent,
Yeah.
like consistently hanging around Puya and stuff. And then we were like, oh, you make music too? And when people tell you that and you like have a little success with music, you don't really know where the
Yeah.
boundary is. Like, are they
Right.
going to want me to listen to it and they're not going
Right.
to like it?
Yeah.
But his shit was fire.
Yeah.
And, we kept our eye on him for a long time.
Did you guys ever tour in any of the same circles as guys like Mac Miller, Lil Peep, those
That's
guys?
so fucking weird that you
Damn.
bring that up. We
Yeah.
were just talking about this yesterday.
I
We
wondered
did a
that too.
festival once in Sweden called Bravalla back in 2017, our first European run. And that festival's not a festival anymore because too many dudes were groping chicks like sexual assault style.
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
it, dudes.
Yeah, watch it, guys. We actually had to cut the show short a couple times to tell them, back up,
Chill
stop
the
trying to
fuck
grab
out.
titties,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mac Miller was at this festival, and that was the first time we met him and kind of kicked it with him a little bit. We also met Linkin Park that day too. Met Chester and Mike, and Chester committed suicide like
Met
a
us.
month after that. It was insane.
That's Sway Lee too.
We met Sway Lee that
Sway's
night.
dope, huh?
So
Yeah,
sad.
he's a cool guy.
He's
bro.
a guy that
Bro, imagine
And
me,
Jimmy, we met Jimmy
right?
too.
No, like nobody fucks with us, and I'm walking and I hear, "Hey, Scram," and like that high pitched voice. I turn around, Sway Lee. So I'm just, in that moment, like, what the fuck is going on?
It's pretty surreal.
dude?
Yeah.
It was one of those moments, meeting all them people, where I'm like, bro, what the fuck is
Because
going
we
on?
don't get the nod from a lot of industry artists or artists in the industry rather.
But
So
is
we're
it
always
some of that's by
curious.
but some of it that you enjoy that
Sure,
probably, right?
sure.
Like it's probably good you're
Bro,
just doing our own
Theo,
shit.
I still work every day like I'm broke.
Yeah.
I'm in the studio every day.
Scram.
I got this chip on my shoulder that I can't get off. You know,
I
and
think-
that's part of it.
What do you think that has to do with sobriety?
Being
A
in
little
this-
bit.
I think you're right.
100%.
Because I got like that, dude. I would wake up at 1 p.m. on a Wednesday like it was nothing. I didn't give a shit. And now I can't sleep late. If I'm not cleaning
Gotta
the
be
house
doing
or doing
something.
something productive, I feel like a fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Good
I think
point.
I'll add to it for Ruby there talking about, don't you think that has something to do with sobriety, like just working hard every day and Scrim saying you have a chip on your shoulder? Well, it has to do with healthy living. So yes, it has to do with sobriety, but it's not because of sobriety that does it to you. When you live healthily, when you live in a functionally healthy life, you do healthier things. Whether it's finances, whether it's eating and nutrition, whether it's physical health, mental health, emotional health, relational health. So the reason now Scrim has talked about overworking or working super hard and not wanting to quit because he wants everything to be just right. But I think anybody who's living healthily does healthy things, does it routine. Remember, we talk about balance keeps you stable, eating, exercise, rest. When you have a steady, stable routine, you're actually living the way you're supposed to live. It's not any extraordinary life. It's the way people are supposed to live. And you know what happens when you do that? You don't have the people that are infecting your life. You don't have the substances infecting your life, and you don't have the habits that bring you backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think it's interesting. You said, don't you think that has to do with sobriety? Yes, in a way, but it's what healthy people do. So whether you're using or not, it's actually good living. It's kudos.
sobriety is a big
Good point.
factor.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I fell in love with my work. I don't have a wife or nothing yet or
Healthy
anything, but I
outlet.
think my
Healthy
first
or
love is my
addiction,
work. It's
I
like,
guess is what I mean.
And I remember back to relationships I was in, I would get home with my girl, we'd have gone and done something and then next thing I know, I always remember I'm on my computer, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
And she's like waiting to watch a show together, or watch a movie or make some popcorn.
Yeah.
And then
That's
after
how
a
it goes.
while, she's gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like just sitting there.
Yeah. I've been in a relationship now almost 4 years. And it's to your point, she was like, she respects it. You know, she knows how I am. She knows how I work. She respects it.
I can see how it would get frustrating
But
from the female point of view.
She was like, can you at least just start taking the weekends off and hanging out with me? And I was like, yeah, you got a point.
Bro, this is the point. This is good mental health, because with Scrim, what does work give him? Satisfaction. It is transactional in nature. So it gives him feedback. He is producing something, growing something, building something, getting something created that he's satisfied with, that also gets out to the world and gets feedback for. He can control that. Relationships, not so much. Relationships are not transactional. They are transformational. So they are personal in nature, which means sometimes you need to give and you get nothing back. And I think the reality, which I love, his now fiance saying, hey, can you at least take the weekends off? She respects his work, but she doesn't want to take a back seat to the work. She wants him for her. And when you commit to a relationship and you commit to potentially marrying somebody, having children with somebody, living a life with somebody, you know what? The priorities have to change. If that's your most important thing, I ask men all the time, what are your top 3 priorities? You know what? The way they live is not what they say. They'll say, my family, my faith, blah, blah, children, whatever. But then I look at how much time they spend doing things. It's not that. So Scrim's right on a point here where I think he's realizing, oh, so what I need to do is pull back from this thing that actually I control and gives me feedback and gives me a feel good into this other thing that I'm not used to, I'm not always comfortable with. And it's a relationship. I love this person. It's just, it's hard to do a relationship and just to sit and watch a movie, or just to sit and do a puzzle, or just to sit and talk. Like, I don't know what I'm getting out of that.
Yeah.
And I want people to hear that it's not supposed to be easy. That's what vulnerability is. And so Scrim's on a perfect point here for everybody talking about relationships that hasn't been in one, that wants one. You have to be able to say, if this is a priority for me, I want to be able to spend time with you, and I'm uncomfortable. It's out of my skin a little bit. I'd be more comfortable with that computer, Theo, or with those beats, Scrim, making music, because I can control that and I'm in my element. It feeds me. But now I get in this relationship, and now I have to give of myself without maybe something in return. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
It's
it does.
so
It's
good when it comes to vulnerability.
It's tough for me being a single guy, thinking like, dang, like maybe I just want to stay single for a little bit longer so I can do more things. I don't know. But no, I think especially for like, I think of like pro athletes who they grow up doing a sport and then they end up getting married and having kids, and it changes how they go about their sport. They have to really manage their time a lot better. So.
And maybe the priority isn't as much to the sport, and they don't perform as well. But is the trade-off there worth it? Some people keep the sport as a priority and the relationship's secondary, which means they prioritize that more. It's everybody's choice. But you have to be able to decide what is more important. And if the relationship matters that much, you have to reprioritize. This is why therapy matters. And this is, for Scrim, why sitting there and having this therapeutic element of, let me talk about this, because to me, every urge in my body tells me I want to go here because I get something out of this work, and it's hard to sit here and have this relationship. How do I balance these, Tom? Well, let's talk about that. How do you spend the time? And how do you recognize that just sitting with your wife or your fiance or your girlfriend actually is transformational? It is helping her feel loved. It's giving, it's feeding the relationship, which is a long-term reward you're going to get, and not an immediate reward like a paycheck. Ooh, this is good, y'all.
Can you at least just start taking the weekends off and hanging out with me? And I was like, yeah, you got a point.
Bro,
I can do that.
Recently, I had to start like cutting off work at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for the West Coast, because with this job, whatever you want to call it, there's no hours. It's not a 9 to 5.
No.
Things can pop up at 1 a.m. Things could pop up any day of the week, and you don't know when or where it's coming from. So I kind of, for myself, had to set something up to where it's like after 6, it can wait till the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Unless it's an emergency.
Yeah.
But I had to put that limit on myself. Like,
Yeah, you don't realize, you kind of just start to think, oh, I just have to work, but it's not really true. It's your own choice.
and then you wonder, why am I going fucking crazy? Oh, because I have too much shit on my plate and I'm trying to do too many things at once. And again,
Balance.
I would attribute that to sobriety.
Priorities.
But all you guys' stuff is very hands-on. It's like even all your merch, the way it looks, it's like, it all like just like the fonts. It's all very specific to you guys' world.
Our merch available next week. You're seeing 2 exclusive pieces.
Shameless.
Really? I want those.
This is from the album.
I like
I'll give you this
Scrim's
one when I leave.
hoodie.
Yeah.
crazy.
I got a shirt in the car too if you want.
Oh, I'll fuck yeah.
What size you wear?
Probably
Large or XL?
high M to XL.
Okay.
High end to XL.
Yeah.
A medium motherfucker.
This is a large.
It's a big medium.
So what the fuck's a
Hold
big
on.
medium?
Kind of
You're talking over something
The
funny.
Smarge medium.
Hold on, just listen.
Okay.
probably
Large or XL?
high M to XL.
Okay.
It's a high M.
Yeah.
A medium motherfucker.
This is a large.
It's a big medium.
So what the fuck's a big medium?
Kind of like a Toledo medium.
I heard a schmedium. I ain't never heard of a big medium.
A big medium.
I ain't never heard of a big medium.
but never a
Let
medium.
me get them big mediums. Dude, I remember one time, bro.
Oh my gosh.
We used to make
Smarge.
shirts before the Saints games, right? So it was like we would get them print. Oh, my sister had made love to some dude or whatever, and that shit fell apart, and he left in the settlement or whatever. She got like 350 black T-shirts, right?
Damn, what?
Yeah, like
What?
large ones. So let's just double XLs. You know what I'm saying? Fucking those brother.
That's how I rock
outfits.
it. Yeah.
Tall tees.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah,
It's got Fountain Blue debut too.
Yeah, I still rock it like that.
Yeah, that fountain blue. It's like a
Yeah.
fountain blue homecoming dress.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what it is. For men or women.
That's what she got in the settlement?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
So she got 300 of them bitches. So, and she and I were living together off of Claver, and so we're like, damn, bro, we got to make some fucking money, you know? And so we got some Saints shirts printed up, and like with the Saints shit on it, so it was illegal. We couldn't
Sure.
have it.
Bootleg.
Oh, yeah. So we're walking before the Saints games just with ice chests and shit. I quit comedy for about maybe 9 months, and we're walking and trying to sell them bitches. And some dude, angry dude, came up and tried to order a couple big mediums.
Big mediums.
That's what he said?
Yeah,
Big
we tried to
medium.
help him, bro, but he wasn't willing to negotiate
Yeah.
his perspective of a medium.
Right. Can I put an M in front of this L?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's what
saying?
he wanted to
March.
fucking,
Yeah.
he was negotiating from a real unique
He
angle.
wanted
so
an X medium.
What a guy. I'd like to meet him.
my girlfriend would walk around. I know she was so not embarrassed. She was supportive, but she was like, "This dude's got to get a fucking job."
Yeah. Sound like my dad, bro, when we were early on.
Yeah?
He's like, you running up my fucking AC bill, you running up at, oh yeah, dude. When this shit's gonna work, you need to go get a fucking job.
About music, you mean?
Yeah, this was
Because we were like
early on.
in the studio all
So
the time.
the studio we had was one of those, them sheds you can buy at Home Depot and
Yeah.
like set up. It was
Especially
that.
this is like back
The
in 2002.
brown with the plywood one styles.
This was like what's the fake plywood paneling or whatever?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Plastic
But
looking wood.
my mom did hair in there, and then she quit doing it. We turned it into a studio. So I was living there on the couch. We were working in there. He'd come up like 3-4 days out the week and sleep over
Everything
there.
before I Want to Die was made in there.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even some of
Wow.
I Want to Die was.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah, some of it was made in
Fucking
there.
King Tulip. and
That
shit.
place is legendary. But yeah, he was bitching at me, bro. He's like, bro, you gotta go get some fucking money, dude. 'Cause you running my shit up.
funny.
Or you got people eating my fucking pantry out and shit.
Oh yeah, bro.
I would
Moms
sleep
would
over
always
there.
say that.
Well,
You know how it's coming from here, bro. They think of Hollywood. They're like, man, this fucking pipe. Like, go to the shipyard, bro. Get a job.
Get a real
You know
job.
what
Yeah,
I'm
go
saying?
to
Yeah.
the shipyard. Yeah, go through. My mom used to always tell us to get a paper route or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
everybody goes missing in this neighborhood. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the jobs we would get, man.
I would just work in my dad's restaurant.
Oh, snowball
Yeah, you-
stand, bro. How many
Snowball
families
stand.
in New Orleans have fallen apart
From a
over joint-owned snowball stand
I don't know,
dispute,
bro. Someone should look into that.
People down here take them things fucking seriously, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Depending on like the style of shaved ice it is, the quality of the syrup. People take that shit mad serious down here.
Yeah, like we get the syrup fresh from Italy. People saying all kind of bullshit or whatever.
You'll have somebody out of state be like, oh, a snow cone. And people are like, it's a snowball. Like they get very defensive.
It's a snowball, bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
It's a snowball.
My buddy
baby.
Thomas Macaluso used to go to Jesuit. You ever remember him?
That sounds so familiar.
He used to make fake IDs, and he was always selling.
That's
those.
a good
Macaluso is like a big New Orleans name, I think. A
Yeah,
lot of
his
people-
brother's a
Isn't it?
cop. Fucking T-Mac, he's the best, bro.
Damn, I just.
And he had a snowball stand, then he opened up an Italian restaurant, bro. The total fucking, that's the Holy Trinity,
Right
bro.
there. For snowball stand. There you go.
That's
Snowball
it.
stand, an Italian restaurant.
Oh yeah,
that also does po' boys.
Oh, for sure, bro.
Oh, boys.
Get a snow cone on French bread if you want, bro.
Yeah.
They'll do
Bro,
it like
they
that.
do pickle juice in the snowballs. Like that's a flavor.
they?
Yeah, it's a West Bank thing.
Yeah.
They'll do pickle
Sounds
juice.
West
like-
Bank.
People do everything, dude. Bag shrimp on the side of the road, strawberries.
Bro, I can't tell you how many crawfish shells I see like just scattered.
I thought we were gonna do this
Chicken
do
bones.
this shit in the woods.
I know
Remember how
you
we
talked about it. I thought about it.
It's too hot.
It'd be
bro.
so hot, bro.
And
We
the
would- yeah.
sound too.
Yeah.
We'll have to catch it. But we got the streetcar going by. This is a.
Oh yeah, this is good.
We were in here last night for a couple hours. These guys were in here.
The vibes are right.
We wanted to make it nice for you guys, man.
Fuck yeah.
So this tour, where will you guys go? Like I know, like you guys would go abroad and stuff like that. But like, are there new places you add? Are there hot pockets? You said Russia was one of the places that.
One of the first.
Dude, that was one of the first places we ever went.
That's crazy.
2016,
That's
Yeah,
awesome,
bro.
man.
16.
That's pretty
From
awesome.
fucking Laplace to Russia, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
pretty much. Yeah,
I
We
know.
like brought my dad with us because
he was our DJ.
No,
He was our
bro.
DJ, bro.
Not only that, but we didn't want to go to Russia dolo because we were worried about like customs and dude, we had really had no experience traveling.
If y'all show up
Like-
Russia, immediately I would put y'all, dude. Two of y'all make one Brittany Griner.
It was
bro.
sketch, bro.
Bro, I remember
It was sketch.
two things. One, my
Two
dad
of them make one Brittany Griner. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine them showing up in Russia? It's like they for sure have something on them. So we're going to have to detain these people and see what's up.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy to think, Suicide Boys, people in Russia are jamming to the Suicide Boys?
Yep.
ended up being the DJ, and it was funny because we had Scott's MacBook.
Didn't we do this
And I-
all for
and I
like
had
$1,000 too?
The Russian shit,
Yeah.
it was cheap. I think it was like something like that, $2 grand maybe.
Yeah. Anyway.
How'd you even find out they were your fans?
Somebody hit us up asking if he emailed us. He was a promoter in Russia, asking if we wanted to come over there and play a few shows because we had a fan base out there, and we said yeah, sure. And back then the experience was cool enough. We didn't care about the money. That was just a
Yeah.
bonus. So we went to Russia, did Minsk, Belarus, St. Petersburg, and Moscow.
Yeah.
My dad's up there behind us. First of all, hottest fucking shows ever.
Yeah.
And my dad's on the MacBook, and we taught him like this means press the space bar to stop the song. If we do this, that means slowly turn
He
it
was so
down.
nervous,
It's
bro.
funny. He's sitting there with his glasses, like. He was so nervous.
Was
dude,
he
and I-
in his,
I
he's
felt
in his
bad.
50s?
He's in his 60s now.
Yeah, he's
Late 50s back then. Yeah.
Oh, that'll age you 10 years standing there.
I could tell he was like nervous as fuck, and I felt bad.
Where was it where they rushed the stage?
That was
Bro.
Minsk.
Hey,
So we're in
look,
Minsk.
If they rush the stage, hit the space bar.
Last song, they literally the whole crowd runs
It was
up
Minsk.
on the stage. I look back, I see Uncle Pavlos, I see his dad just sitting there like surrounded by people. He's flipping the fuck out.
He's
was
like,
the
turn
young-
it down or space bar.
Yeah, he was like, it looked like he was floating, like they were carrying him. You know?
That was the youngest show we've ever played. All those kids were like 12, 13.
Yeah,
To this day. Yeah.
yeah, it was wild.
Minsk was interesting.
I never even heard of Minsk.
It's just right
Yeah,
it's in
same.
Belarus, right outside Russia.
So
Dang.
just the
Wow.
fact that you're even saying that, to think that you could make something, right? That you could make something on the fucking West Bank, that you could make something in a parish, just in a small town, Louisiana, and then there's people in Minsk, Russia.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
It trips me
It
out.
honestly
bro.
is crazy.
It really does.
It's unreal, man.
And this year we went back to Australia and New Zealand. Been like,
Europe.
oh, is that it?
This is actually
Holy shit, bro!
That's Russia.
Live in Minsk.
Holy shit!
Wow.
1305, 16. Why they have 13 months there?
Yeah, holy shit! Yeah, what the? Oh no, they put their days before the month.
I remember after this show, this is what Minsk was.
Wait,
Look
I
at
gotta
him.
see this in the background because I want to get a closer. There he is, right there. There's Bob's back there doing his thing. Scribb's got the long hair going. Look at this, y'all.
Month.
I remember after this show, this is what Minsk. Or
Look at him! Look
Moscow?
at him!
His dad looks
Look at
serious.
him! Look at him by the DJ.
Dad in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my dad fucking DJing.
Focused.
Damn,
He is on it.
Focused.
bro.
DJ Uncle P.
He's like, down, space bar, down.
Oh, dude, he was a nervous wreck.
Oh,
Bro,
it's
he
like,
ain't moving. Look
oh,
at
of course
he ain't moving.
bro. You got fucking.
He look like a statue.
He's
Bro,
focused.
it's like when you're driving with a foot on each pedal.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, that is so funny that, bro,
Look at
that's.
this. Shout out Uncle P.
I think I fell off stage. No, that was Moscow. I fell off stage, and this big ass Russian bodyguard, bald dude, fucking dead eyes, just the smoothest thing. My leg falls off. I fall off stage, and he just like threw me back on stage. I was like, whoa, that was crazy.
It's wild over there. They'll have children playing with dolls that are made out of stone and shit.
Yeah.
Those kids are tough.
Yeah,
They're tough kids. It's a
different
tough
way,
people,
bro.
dude.
It's a different
It's
world.
a
over
harsh
there, dude.
country, you know.
Those kids
I
are
respect Russians, bro. Those people, they get shit done, bro. They're nuts.
They drink vodka and eat what's that shit?
pussy.
Or, yeah,
Borscht,
borscht.
Oh, borscht? Is that what-
caviar. Some of the best sushis in Moscow.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Delicious.
I wouldn't say go out there. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I ain't
I
going
don't know
all the
about
way over there,
nowadays.
bro.
Yeah.
I might go to Metairie to get some.
Yeah.
I ain't going all the way
Yeah, go
over
to Mickey
there.
Moto or something.
What was the place y'all would go eat at and stuff? Did y'all ever, when your family would go out to eat when you were kids, was there a spot your family would go that was kind of a nice place?
No, Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut when you could sit down?
Yeah, when it was. You remember that when it was like
Buffet style.
it had that aura to it. You know what I'm saying? It
Nice,
had that
bro.
aesthetic.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Go in.
I don't think we really ever went out as a family when I was younger.
yeah, we didn't either. Our biggest
That one. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that was so nice. Now it's like a trap house for ragu, dude.
bro. Until this, I didn't see past Biloxi. Biloxi was like
Maybe Pensacola. Maybe.
Oh, dude, when I was growing up, bro, if somebody went
Every
to
summer.
Florida, bro,
oh yeah,
you thought they
Like,
was
whoa.
the fucking richest
Yeah.
guy in the
That's like the yacht. Like,
yeah.
we're going to Pensacola.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
You'd see somebody had a t-shirt that said Florida on it. Look at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
this
there's
fucking
like
Republican.
a connection.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Look at this
Look at
fucking
this, dude.
Republican
Yeah.
over here in
Fucking
Florida.
doing it.
There's a lot of Louisiana people in Florida. You know, it
There
must be
is.
the Gulf Coast. I don't know. It's just so close, but there's so many.
I won't say where,
Yeah.
but we're on the Panhandle, and it's a lot of Louisiana
I'm sure there's gonna be
transplants.
comments.
Well,
saying-
Louisiana was some of the first people outside of Florida to realize what a great spot Destin was too.
Mm-hmm.
Some brave people. I don't even know who it was.
shout out
Like,
Destin.
Bro, that place
was-
was
Love
barren
Destin.
in like the 80s.
Yeah.
No police, no roads,
Yeah.
no nothing. And people lived out there. And let's say they bought a house back then for $30K. I mean, they're selling for like $10 million now. It's
that's
nuts.
crazy, bro.
That
Yeah.
place is hot right now.
That's- Destin
We could have
was-
bought one, bro.
Who?
Anybody.
I know, we should have.
Stupid.
Well, it's funny because you said about the Florida thing. I think it was like if your family from Louisiana goes to Florida for summer vacation, if you went to Pensacola, you guys were well off. But if you went to Destin,
Yeah.
oh shit,
You were damn royalty, bro.
might as well just
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't know people that went to Destin.
Yeah, your stepdad must have owned a Subway or something.
Yeah. yeah.
We had a girl in the town in Covington. Yeah, her
Yeah.
stepdad owned a Subway, and they'd always go to Destin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stepdad that owned a K&B or whatever.
Those motherfuckers, dude. I got a blowjob from Jared from Subway's sister one time in the
Nuh-uh.
quarter.
Shut
Yep.
the fuck up.
Was it fire?
Huh?
Was it fire?
Were you like 8?
Come on.
I mean, I
Theo.
would say I was probably about 5.
No, because he's a pedo. You know,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
I
if
see.
it ran in the family
No,
or what.
I mean, I had a pretty small wiener at the time, but I was young, you know. I had
Yeah.
that 4-inch round on me. They discontinued it.
yeah.
Remember that
$5
bread?
foot long?
Yeah, remember that bread? They used to have that 4-inch round, bro. They got rid of that bitch.
Subway's always like
Oh, yeah, I
trying new
remember that.
things and getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah, Subway is ridiculous.
Always.
Was that before the controversy with her brother?
That was, let me see, 2002.
Are you 2002?
Damn,
That was
brother.
way before the controversy. Yeah.
2002 to 2006, somewhere in there.
That's like right when Jared first started like being Jared.
But yeah, was it fire?
I don't know. I wouldn't
Scram.
say all that. I don't remember that much of it. It was in the quarters late. It was indoors.
It was just something to do.
It was. Yeah, it was just.
Was
just
it
kind of
toasted?
it was a crazy.
No.
it was toasted.
Did you get a drink and chips with it?
And a
Bro,
cookie.
that
A
would be
cookie.
crazy, bro. I got a drink and chips with it.
some Miss Vicky's. Yeah.
That was a misfit. Yeah, salt and
That's a
vinegar.
Subway hack. You got to buy a bag of salt and vinegar Miss Vicky's and put it on the sandwich. That's
Yeah.
the hack.
I never done that.
Get a little
man.
crunch in there.
Trying to think if I got a good hack. I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
I can't believe you got blown by Jared's sister. That's insane.
That's
I cannot
fire.
wait.
Yeah, sorry to tell y'all that too. I just
No,
didn't-
it's
Nah,
awesome.
dude, I love it.
That's
I
crazy,
love it.
dude.
I forget about it, and then I'm in New Orleans.
Tell
and
me
I had
more.
To say it. Oh, dude! One time I went and saw "Hot Fly Like Paper, Get High Like."
Oh,
Oh,
MIA?
MIA?
Yeah, I went and saw her at.
She blew you too?
No, it would have probably been neat, but
Yeah.
I saw the guy from Step Brothers there at the concert.
John C. Reilly?
Yeah,
No, huh?
It was like 4 a.m. She finally went on.
That's crazy.
And that
Here?
was cool. Yeah.
House of Blues or some shit?
Yeah, it was just in
4
the it was over on a warehouse district. No,
Okay.
in Frenchman.
Okay.
Trying to think of another good show. Oh, the first show I ever went to was at Rendon Inn. I don't know if you guys remember. It was an old restaurant they used to have, and Marilyn Manson played there.
Damn. The 90s?
Yeah.
Late 90s?
Man,
Yeah,
Marilyn
and
Manson.
we went to there, dude, and it was crazy.
The craziest New Orleans venue was like, I think it's called the Warehouse.
Yeah.
And all
On
like
River
all
Road?
the dads love talking about the Warehouse. They saw the Beatles and David Bowie and all this crazy shit. But that place
Never
closed
heard
down.
of it.
Oh yeah, my friend did a documentary
It's too
on
old
it.
for us.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah, I
Wow.
think what's his name played Riders on the Storm.
Jim Morrison.
I think he played his last show there. They said.
Wow, that's
Damn.
pretty crazy.
My friend Jesse Williamson did a documentary called The Warehouse.
Yeah, they had a lot of artists go through there. That was like the spot, like back in the day. If you were
Where was that? Was
teenager
it in
in
New
the
Orleans
70s,
or?
it was like a little outside, like by River Road, where like Uptown becomes Jefferson. Like,
Oh, okay.
That's where I think it was. Is that right?
I think so. There might have been
that up,
more
Nick.
into the Uptown area.
How's that Nick treating you?
It's pretty good.
You like the flavor? They're hit and miss, bro. But it's
They hit and miss. Sometimes you don't know if vapes, if you buying them, if they getting them, if they remaking them bitches in the
Bootleg
back.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
bootlegging.
yeah.
That's
Sometimes
why-
you'll smell like a dude. You'll just be like, it's just like the guy's breath at the counter.
Yeah.
You're like, this motherfucker that made it.
yeah.
Australia was tough with the vapes.
Oh yeah.
The first time we went, 5 years ago when we went, they only had 1% nicotine. That was kind of a bitch.
Really?
Yeah, and then this last time,
I knew that. Five.
all the ones that we bought were all these crazy flavors, and we're like
Five.
coughing up all this shit. I'm like, bro, these vapes are not okay.
That's why I like these. Yeah.
So reliable.
This is super light. I don't actually feel like out of commission or nothing like
Yeah.
that. I feel too heavy. The early Escobars, bro, was too much. I was doing those on Rogan
You're
one
like, you
time.
get sick, bro.
Oh,
Like,
I was falling apart.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep, bro. I couldn't look at my mother.
Yeah, it was on
this shit's bad.
Chapatulas.
Yeah, this is a warehouse on Chapatula, so that's where it was. But yeah, that's my buddy Jesse made this documentary. It's so crazy you said that place. Yeah, where did you guys go watch some type of music? Like, was there some place, a venue that you guys went to when you were young? What was your first show
You
you
did
went
that
to?
way more than I did.
I mean, the first show I
Scrim's like,
went
I
to
did
was when
nothing.
I was 9. My parents bought me NSYNC tickets. That was the first. It was like when I was a kid. But
Damn, you've changed. Then.
I've changed as far as like.
my first one was Britney Spears.
Really?
Oh my
Look
God,
at that.
bruh.
I think she's a Louisiana local.
Y'all changed, bro.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna say 100%. Y'all.
My
changed.
parents thought they snapped by getting me tickets to Britney. Me and my dad went. It was weird.
You and Senior went to
Yeah,
Britney
yeah.
Spears?
Oh my
Yeah, brother.
goodness.
If you knew his dad, you'd be like, "What the fuck?"
I was like
But
8 years old. They
you
thought they
probably
snapped.
hated
bro.
every second of that.
Yeah, they thought they
That's
snapped,
crazy.
and they did snap. They did.
I did go to like shows when I was a teenager, being in bands and stuff. I lived in Fat City, so they had Cypress Hall right down the street from the police station on Hesmer. And they had the Lions Home. They used to do shows at by the Burger King on Division and Metairie. They had a few. New Orleans was good with the all ages stuff. They had like places
Yes.
for teenagers to go. Me and my friends' bands would put on shows and play, and 100 kids would show up just to have something to do. And then
That's a
they
good-
started
yeah.
after Katrina. A lot of those places closed down.
Yeah.
And then it became like, mostly bars and House of Blues. But there was a lot of, I was very involved in the music scene when I was younger down here.
The Hot Boy. Yeah, when the Hot Boys were running around, there was so much going on, bro. New Orleans has always been a fun place, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fun
I
place
was
to catch
I was
music.
more on the North Shore around that time, and
That's when me and you didn't really speak.
yeah, I
And
was
throughout
deep.
all of high school, I mean, he and I we didn't hate each other or anything. We just growing up separately at that point.
Yeah.
Well, they had a band from the North Shore, 8 Candles or something. No,
They had one that got
12
really
Stones?
big.
12 Stones.
Yeah.
That's it.
They
The
had
dude
some-
used to like babysit Kyle or some shit, the singer or whatever. Something like that, right?
Really?
Or you grew up next door to that guy from 12 Stones, the singer?
Yeah, nice guy. I went to high school. What's his name? Paul McCoy. Let's look him up.
Bro, I heard a story about that guy that, he's on that song, the Evanescence song.
Yeah.
The Wake Me Up, that song. And I heard that they offered him a piece of the song, royalties, or like just flat out 10 grand. And he took the 10 grand.
Wow.
60 grand? Still, that song's made way more than 60
Man.
grand.
yeah.
But he bought a Lexus, bro.
He bought a Lexus.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Bro.
He bought a PT Cruiser.
Dude, my boy Gabe Hall. See if you can look up Gabe Hall Cemetery on YouTube. It's Gabe Hall Cemetery Rapper. I don't know if they'll show this shit.
He's still rapping now, or is this some old stuff?
This is some old shit, bro. Cemetery Rapper.
Oh, you're gonna have to go deep for this.
Did you ever chill in the cemeteries being from Louisiana? Or no?
No.
Is that more of like a New Orleans thing?
I think
We
it
would
is,
go
bro.
Sometime at Halloween, people would go do stuff over there. In our town, people would dig one up every now and then.
Really?
Yeah, this is him right here, bro. My boy Curly
Oh
Q.
my
He used to make
goodness.
these videos, bro.
Oh, let's go.
This is the real shit.
You love this. Wow.
The dog in the back.
This is my dog right here, bro. This the kind of shit that makes me want to fucking lay on my back with no shirt on, bro.
Oh, let's go.
With the Misfit shirt.
Wow.
What is he? It's just like a music video he
He
made.
just
right?
sat on that mausoleum like nobody's
This
business.
is a-
Bro, they're like- he's sitting on somebody's chest.
Yeah, dude.
I want his confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
It's inspiring.
Driving that Lexus.
The arm movements.
Fucking right.
here comes the boy with the
Dog.
fucking
Oh,
dog.
he going crazy. What the fuck?
Where is this? Do you know?
He all
Yeah,
on
man.
people's graves, bro. He going crazy.
Bro, this
North-
man
that's
lives
North
in
Shore?
Louisiana, bro.
How you know this dude, bro?
Why are Louisiana people so not self-aware?
That dog got
Like,
repossessed.
at all.
That's what I'm saying. I wish I had his confidence.
Oh, me too, bro. Look how he did. Pull up the second one. He's got another one where he's on the front porch. It should be right next to it.
Look at him,
man.
that bro. This is hard.
Yeah, he fucking goes hard with it. Right there next to it. Gabe
How you
Hall,
know- how you know,
really cute.
dude?
Grew up with him, man. Dude
Oh,
was
no
a-
shit. So you knew this
Oh
dude.
yeah, he had the trap house. Fucking right.
Scram.
Let's go, bro. Come on.
Look at those shorts.
Every white person I know in Louisiana smokes cigarettes.
100%, bro. They'll smoke them through their nose,
Yeah.
bro. If their mouth is missing.
It's just part of the culture,
Those
bro.
They
shorts
don't give
make
a
his
fuck,
feet
bro. If your
sound-
mouth
look at his
missing,
leg.
people fucking smoke them through their nose, bro.
Yeah.
But dude, the best is his girlfriend's filming this and she keeps stepping on briars in the grass and yelling at him.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Stepping on what?
Like little briars that are in the grass, little sticks.
Little sticklers or whatever?
Anyway, that shout out to my boy Gay, man. That shit was
Shout out Curly
Yeah,
Q.
shout
funny.
out.
I never thought about that, but it's crazy to see the things
Shout
that
out.
people do to put their creativity out there.
I
It's-
love it.
Everybody's got something, man.
That's
You
some
know?
Louisiana shit, bro. You're not
Yeah.
gonna see that in any other state.
That's some Louisiana shit.
You ain't.
The
He's the
confidence,
best, man.
like,
Yeah, it's just
insane.
it's a different kind of swag right there, bro.
Yeah, Gabe's a G. What other? Was there anything else in the news we wanted to look at? I can't remember if anything else happened.
Have you ever seen the video of them testing the vapes in China?
Oh yeah.
Script like I know.
Yeah, but them Chinamen, bro, they got a different type of lungs, bro.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
I think I
What?
still smoke.
Somebody gotta do
I'm
it.
glad I still
That's a-
smoke Juul pods. Fuck.
That's a Elf Bar factory.
I'll be honored to share their fucking DNA, brother. I don't care.
They hard working, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh, they hitting him a little too hard. Though. That dude,
That guy's
Going
hooked.
for it.
this little dude breastfeeding, bro.
Bro.
He like a damn hummingbird.
Why I say exposed on it? Like this is something bad.
Because they can't be doing that shit, bro.
bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh my god.
This is fucking breastfeeding in Laplace, homie. Ain't nothing, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Suicide Boys, man. I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited just to see. And I think you guys are just such a place of inspiration for people, you know, even just talking with you guys today to see you create your own world, you know, and that it doesn't have to be something that mainstream accepts or even sometimes even sees, whether they do see it or not, if you know, but they don't claim to. It's the same thing with podcasting, kind of like
I'm
they
sure.
rarely
Yeah.
ever reference podcasts. It's like, but that's because they're not involved in it. It's not
Yeah.
their shit, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys just have such a loyal fan base. What are your fans like, do you think, man? Because that's one of the things that's so intriguing about you guys to me is y'all's fans are, it's just different, man.
We've actually we've developed relationships with some of our biggest ones and actually brought them in the fold to like help us out
Yeah.
with
So
certain
cool.
stuff. I mean, dude,
There's this.
when they tell you when they're like, dude, you saved my life. You did this,
Yeah.
you did that. I mean,
It's hard to hear.
100%,
It's
bro.
hard to process.
Yeah, it wasn't my intention. But at the same time, and this might be more on like a spiritual recovery tip. Ever since getting sober, I feel like I have this responsibility to let these people know that have seen us at our worst, know that, because I never thought there was a way out. I really didn't. I was like, I'm fucked. This is it.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
what
a matter
it
of
is.
time.
But to let them know that there is a way out. And if there's hope. Don't ever give up. Like if me and him can do it, bro, we can get drugs delivered on speed dial.
I love that about them at the shows and how he does that, talk at the end of the show. And it's important to him. And he feels a calling to that. And also in 12-step, they tell you with recovery comes serenity. You don't earn serenity. It's kind of like faith in God. People talk about grace. You don't earn grace through what you do. You're given grace by God. But serenity is what's given to you naturally through healthy, good recovery. And the minute you think you've got serenity, you lose it. And so they tell you in 12-step programs that you don't keep your recovery or your serenity unless you give it away. So the way to keep it is to give it away. And when you go back to other people in the program, you go back to people in life and you give away the recovery you have received and gotten and experienced, then you get to keep it and it keeps it strong. So I think that's one way for him to be able to give that back and to stay in recovery is to tell his story. And the cool part about it is they could easily not be here today. And what is inspirational is the fact that they were in a place saying there's no way out. And now they're in a place realizing there is a way out. There is hope. And by the way, like the old saying goes, the best way to learn is through other people's mistakes. They are a living example of you don't have to go where we went. You really don't have to ruin your life. You don't have to use yourself until you're about to die. You don't have to do that. There is another way to do it, and it's to get help. It's to talk to somebody. It's to ask for help. That's why therapy matters. That's why mental health matters, because before it gets horrible and you start trying to end your life or use drugs as a way to cope, you can actually find a way to get help and reconcile all the damage, the trauma, the abuse, the neglect, the addiction, whatever you've had in your past, to change it. That's what's so cool.
Yeah.
Don't ever give up. Like if me and him can do it, bro, we can get drugs delivered on speed dial in the mailbox, bro. If me and him can do it, there's hope for them too. And we used to, when we could, after every show, we would take time out and meet with all the fans afterwards. We never like charging them for meet and greets and stuff like that. Like, oh, someone got more money than this person, so they get to meet us.
I know.
We didn't really like that. But now, unfortunately, it's gotten too big to where we can't do that.
It's harder sometimes. It's true. The venues won't let you stay. There's things that happen. We try to meet in the lobby after shows.
And not only
But
that,
how do you look at it?
We've been doing this for a long time, and when we're on tour, bro, it's not like
hard.
It's work, dude. It's hard. It's
exhausting.
You got to be on point every night. Any little thing you can do. If you smoke a blunt afterwards, it could fuck up your throat.
Yep.
Like there's a lot of stuff that you got to keep in mind. And sometimes, dude, not every show is good, and not every day on tour is fun. There's times where like we might be going through it, and we have to take some time for ourselves. And sorry, I know it sucks that we can't meet you this particular night, but I need to like kind of decompress a little bit. So
you got to make sure the show is good for the next night. I mean, that's the most important thing.
It's the most important.
True. Touring is hard. It's hectic.
And
people don't realize you want to be as good as you can be for the show you just did. Even you know.
But no, we love and care about them.
And even if some of them are still using you, there's no.
No, but not at all. Because you know why? We get it.
Right.
I get it, bro. Like I get it, dog.
And a lot of people can party and they can do it. Well.
I tell them that. Like whenever I talk to everybody at the end of the night, I feel like it's important to say that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if none of this applies to you, like keep doing what you're doing.
Fuck, if you can have a good time and do and
right, like my hat's off to you, bro.
Yeah, you win.
Yeah, you got it, dog. You got it. But I don't know. That speech that started at the end, real quick. That started from me. We just got back to doing shows. We were at Lollapalooza right after COVID. I was feeling all self-pity and feeling bad for myself and all this. So I was given this sappy, like, poor pity me at the end of the show that we did at Lollapalooza, but it just somehow it turned into something else.
Inspirational speech.
And into what it is. And
I mean, dude, one of the guys that works for us, he like helps us run our social media accounts, and he works with us on tour doing merch. You know, we met this kid as a fan. It's our boy Six.
Yeah.
We met him as a fan because he created the at G59 Records Twitter. And this was so early that Scott and I hadn't even gotten around to making our own fucking Twitter
you know,
yet.
we had fans.
Yeah,
Like,
we had like a few thousand fans, whatever. But he was super in tune with underground music, and he knew about us and loved us. And we messaged him, being like, "Yo, can we have that account? Like, what? You know, it's our name." He's like, "Yeah, I was just making it so nobody else would. You can have it." And we're like, "Okay, cool." And then a few months later, we're actually going to do a little Texas tour, doing Houston, Dallas, a few shows.
And he's there?
And he's in Dallas. And he was like, we're like, dude, come meet up with us, whatever. And he also could get us drugs, get us some Percocets, some Xanax, some weed, whatever.
yeah.
And we met him, and we realized we like this kid. And we're like, you know what? You took the initiative. That's yours. And that's how he became the guy who like runs our social media.
Wow.
Is
That's
through
impressive.
that.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, back in 2014, 2015.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, that was a fan who is now part of our team.
Yeah.
I lived
That's
with
really
him
cool.
for 2 years. Like he's like a family
Oh,
member. now.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, that's how I met Nick,
Super
one of our
nice guy.
early
Did you
producers.
hear what Ruby said? Ruby actually said he lived with them for 2 years.
Wow. Wonder how or why.
Like to answer your question, that was a fan.
And also,
who is-
were you there when I met Six? Yeah, we were there.
I met him.
Yeah. That was that night they brought us merch. Super nice.
They was a really nice dude.
Remember he came running?
No, he's a fan of our channel too.
Yeah, because
That's awesome.
Scrim, we were walking back with Dre, the bodyguard, and Scrim comes running out the bus. He's like, "Hey, hold on, hang on. I'm trying to get Six over here to get y'all some merch." And he got us like 5 or 6 shirts. And Six comes running. He's like, "Man, I've been waiting to meet y'all. I love your channel, love what you do."
Yeah.
I was so grateful. Like,
Oh,
he
wow.
was as nice a person as you can get. And so was Crystal Meth.
Yeah.
Just laid back people that you'd never know how big they are. Really are nice people.
It's now part of our team.
Yeah.
I lived with him for 2 years. Like he's like a family
Oh,
member. now.
damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, that's how I met Nick, one of our early producers. He emailed and just said, "Hey, man, I like the podcast, and I think I can help." You know, that's how. There's this kid named Aiden. He showed up at a show in Buffalo, right, and shook my hand in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, I can be your photographer tonight." And I was like, "All right, we don't have a
Yeah.
photographer.
Yeah.
So come on in, bro." So fast forward, the show starts. I'm out there an hour later. I see this dude just walking up on the side of the stage, bro, with his cell phone.
Let's go.
What the fuck, dude? So the whole time, bro, he got fucking just
that's
like
too
laying on
funny.
his back and shit on the floor. Just unbelievable, dude.
I respect the
Oh,
initiative.
he
man.
finessed me so much, man. But fast forward 2 years later, he's at the show with his family. He's got cameras now, and he's a real
Yeah.
photographer.
No shit.
Hell yeah,
And
bro.
so it's just like,
Hey, at least he was fucking grinding with what he had. You know what I'm saying?
100%,
Yeah.
bro. And he just kind of caught you at the right time. I was walking in, coming up the little tour bus, and it was just like, you know, "Hey, what's up, man? I can be your photographer." And you kind of respect, you know, sometimes
Yeah.
things got to catch you in the right moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, somebody that can see your Twitter and see that you have a capability before you can even see it sometimes. It's
That's actually crazy.
man.
The equipment doesn't give you drive or talent.
Dude, all of our
You know,
videos were
Shot with an
iPhone.
iPhone, and I just edited it
Oh,
on
my
Final
goodness.
Cut.
How
I was
about
using
that, Nick?
GarageBand to make the beats. You know,
A
like,
free program
I was,
that comes with Mac.
I
You know what I'm
downloaded
saying?
Photoshop. I illegally pirated Photoshop and cracked it. And the only languages available for Photoshop were Spanish and Hebrew. And I chose Spanish because I took Spanish in high school. So I learned Photoshop all in Spanish, just like figuring it the fuck out. So I didn't
Bro.
shell out all this money. I learned it myself because if you have the drive and you have the talent, the equipment does not matter.
We got gold and platinum records that were done on that free platform.
Yep.
That comes when you buy a Mac. That's the whole reason I
impressive.
bought it, was because it was free.
Some of our biggest songs are royalty-free samples, like
Yeah,
that anybody
yeah.
has access to.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
Man. It really is, man. It's inspiring, dude. I feel so lucky to have gotten to do this today, man. I really
Same,
do.
dude.
Bro,
Same.
I'm glad that we met. I remember when you showed up at the. I hope I'm not. Yeah,
At
you're
the 12
pretty
step
open.
meeting,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
So,
I-
yeah, it was cool,
And
man.
when you showed up, and I know how that is, and I didn't.
was stoked.
I didn't want to go up to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's like to be in the meeting and like just kind of sacred.
not be enough.
Yeah.
Well, I
me,
saw him.
yeah.
I was like, this guy's not doing well.
Yeah.
This dude. We lucky to have this dude with us. That's what I
so
remember
funny.
thinking.
So we didn't talk that night, and then when I left, I sent him a message on Instagram.
He called me. He's like, bro, you know, I was in my fucking meeting. He was stoked. I was
Yeah.
stoked too that he met you.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I think I met Cheddar first.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I did. I don't remember how, but he's just been such a great guy to get to know, man. And yeah, dude, it's inspiring, man. I'm glad, you keep people alive, and I know you have, guys that you support in those rooms. And
It ain't me, bro. I wish I could take the credit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
So
ain't me, bro.
humble.
yeah, I'm glad we got a higher power that's trying to help, or
Yeah.
that's helping us help ourselves.
Yeah.
From flooring to ceiling, bro. From flooring to who knows what heights, man. Thank you guys so much just for the inspiration, man. I think to so many young artists and people that if you're sitting somewhere thinking, can I do this, or how do I do this? I mean, this, it's unreal.
Just do it.
Yeah, it's unreal.
That's literally it. Just fucking do it. That's the advice I always give is, what did you do to get here? And
Persistence.
whatever. Persistence, consistency, fucking drive, dude. And just taking that first step is the biggest step.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You may think you
You're
want to
gonna
be a
fail.
fucking rapper or whatever, but you might actually go to do it and realize, I don't want to do this. This sucks.
Yeah.
And you're not going to know unless you take that first step.
right, and then I'll lead you to the next thing. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You might
Exactly.
miss the next thing because you don't go to the first thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
bro.
And it's all timing. It's all chess game. Just don't overthink it. Just do the damn thing, and everything will start to fall in place
Yeah.
at some point if it's supposed to.
Yeah.
The new album,
New World Depression,
World
June
Depression.
14th, baby.
Yeah. Drag them to
Yeah,
the river.
Excited.
Drag them to the
your body
river.
and check y'all.
Fuck yeah.
What was that song?
I can't.
Put your rope around the neck. He's a badass
Ash yellow boy. Oh,
Who
you
they
want
want
some? Wow, man. Who?
UNLV.
I'm from
UNLV, yeah, I couldn't think of it. I had
Where were they from?
Here, they're uptown, I think.
Yeah.
Were they from here?
Yeah, they're from New Orleans for
Yeah.
sure.
We sampled them on the album.
It was
Drag 'em
uptown
to the river.
living violently.
Y'all did?
Yeah, I can't wait. You're gonna love
Oh,
it. Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah.
Dude, that's exciting, man. Ruby Scrim, thank you guys so much, man. Best
Thanks
of
for
luck on
having us,
tour. And shout out Tyrell Shaw for this beautiful art, man, for letting us sit in the back here. That might be Louis Armstrong, man.
I don't know. It's a saxophone, so it might not be, but it's a jazz player.
Either way.
regardless.
Either way, he's got a studio right over here on, I think this is Child Patula. on
Carondelet?
On Carondelet, yeah. So here we are. Suicide Boys. Thanks.
Oh yeah. Gang.
Sure.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze and
There it is.
That was so cool. Nick, thanks for the experience, for letting me be able to watch that. There were so many bits of humor and then also the seriousness of like where they've come from. These are guys who I watched on a No Jumper podcast that I was not feeling good about and that seemed like they were in a really bad place, which was back, I guess, 2015 or so. And now to see them and to see health and healing and hope and happiness and joy is so cool.
Yeah.
Suicide Boys and Theo Vaughn. Next podcast for them, I hear, is going to be with Tom Stevens at Reaction Therapy. Stay tuned
Amen.
for details.
Let's hope that comes true. I think it will eventually. But
That was really cool.
That was a good interview. It's very long, but they said a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think they really opened up, and it is cool to see them now. Like if you watch that No Jumper interview compared to this
Yeah.
one,
No kidding.
completely different.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah,
Awesome.
I think that's it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next
Reaction Therapy. Three's up.